Alright, welcome to Esoteric Ebb. I still do not want to see Baldur's Gate 1 anywhere near me. And this game got a vote on the last poll as to what we shall play. So yeah, I thought, why not? Switch to this game until I maybe release my negative emotions towards Baldur's Gate and can get back into that. I am debating if I should play this off stream, Baldur's Gate I mean, and level up my characters a little bit at least, hopefully. But yeah, I don't know. I shall see how that's gonna work out. But hey, anyway, this is relatively new. Oh, yeah. I know why it's showing up perfectly. Alright. I just wanted to check if... Oh, I need to... Oh, sorry. Switch to, It doesn't matter. But yeah, it's relatively new. I wanted to play the demo back in the day and never got to it, so I actually have no idea how it's gonna play. So yeah, let's hop right in and see. Oh fuck. I see. Every shepherd knows the song. It bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Turners lament, folk prayer. Lore. Ah, interesting. Okay. Strength measures your natural bodily prowess alongside a testosterone-fueled mindset. As a man, it is only proper for you to hone your figure and its capabilities. But why? The search for meaning is as vital as the struggle towards competency. Luckily, you already know your course. You know, the whole hone your figure thing. I'm sorry, but if you wanna impress other men, go ahead, do so. Go right ahead. That's what you should do. But you want to impress women, you don't bother. Like, yeah, we enjoy well-toned bodies, don't get me wrong, but these overly massive muscle men? Nah. To protect the innocent, to lead the weak, to sacrifice until nothing but your bones hit the pavement, to literally die. Well, that's not strength. That, in fact, is not strength. It is a kind of strength. To be willing to sacrifice yourself for the weak. Yes, but I wouldn't... In that sense, you know... Yeah, but I would prefer if that strength was put more so into making everybody have a position where they're comfortable. Yeah, indeed. Become a zealot, regain your honor, set out on your divine mission. Kind of weird to get the stats right out of the bed with no real. Okay, no, I can. One second. Can I switch to uses? can switch this, but I cannot. Okay, let's go through everything. What does dexterity stand? It is imperative to simply explain to these people they have the right to choose. Believe in oneself, it is just. Wealth is built from within. Meriadoc Moonwatch, sights beyond reeds. Dexterity measures natural reactivity, balance and poise. The haste with which you express a witty remark or notice a nervous glance, and of course your ability to gracefully avoid the consequences of your actions. It's all about risk versus reward. It is that feeling of self-preservation when everything falls apart around you, to grab as much as you can while the grabbing's good. To progress towards a new future full of freedom, so those who look out for themselves can prosper and survive. I promise you, no one else will. Oh, okay. Always listen to your hungry stomach. The Hedonist, a blind manifesto. Constitution measures your natural stamina, both mental and physical. It's how much you can take before going down. The world is harsh and unforgiving. It will beat you to a pulp with words and sticks. So listen to your gut, the instinct that kicks in when you're standing at the pit. It is the voice that speaks nothing but bodily truth. Every choice you make, every emotion you accumulate can be traced back to the lower half of that stomach of yours. Follow it. Retain the mortality of fleshly logic. Simple. Easy, truthful. Somebody put way too much time into this, I feel like. But it's interesting. It reveals a lot about the writer of these. The glorious design, let those who learn lead, though merit of ability and nothing else. Lord Phileas Pratt's autobiography Pratt. Intelligence measures your ability to recall, store, and process information. It is your logical receptacle and calculator. It is only proper for you to hone this pulsating mass within your skull. But why? Simple, pure, and unadulterated ego. Knowledge rules the world, so too shall you one day lead the weak. Bring your genius to the masses. If they do not know, bow. They do not deserve you. You know everything about the past. Therefore, it is only rational you will truly know the future as well. Enlighten the ignorant masses. Oh, I didn't. The cleric's unique take on intelligence is there. Huh. Is that a pre-built for cleric that? It's a... Do I even have points left now that I think about it? I'm thinking of this in BG3 logic, and there's like none of these are gonna give me gonna get me anywhere right now, but okay. The large crumble upon the heavy forms, the mythical falter at the crucial point, the small rise to the occasion. Half-Wheat's poem. Wisdom measures your awareness, intuition, and ability to understand the world around you, to feel it. You may not know why, but meeting the gaze of another grants you an empathetic bond with her. Her wants and fears, her dreams and hopes. Can read people for good or bad, and pick up details others would pass by. But apparently only women, since you're clearly gendering here. It is your belief in the heart of all folk, to give and share what you have, and to be completely and utterly selfless. It is the only true road to redemption. Gods only know how hard you try. Yes. Those who believe in democracy have a wonderful view of folk. To think them capable of making rational and informed decisions devoid of personal bias and emotional conduct. It is frankly inspiring. Nicholas Darrow, Memoirs of a Statesman. Charisma measures your eloquence, confidence, and ability to navigate social situations of any kind. In short, it is the force of your unkept personality. but they don't need to know that. Smooth talk your way into any position of your liking. You can be affiliated with any known faction or thought. Reality is molded around your will, like a chameleon. Become a social operator. Become anything you need to make everyone finally love you. Okay. Okay, but seriously, do I have points left? I do. I do. That's good. Now what are the pre-builds? Primal Cleric. Trickster Cleric. I kinda wanna go for the unstable cleric. What's this? Little weirdo. You were a novelty to them. The boy who would do or say anything for their attention, for their approval. After 2 or so years, you got quite good at it. Alright. Can I? Just stop. No? How do I finish? How do I? Ah. 5 days until the first ever election. An explosion erupts at the heart of the city. No one wants to deal with it, so they sent you. The weakest cleric, a Norvik, albeit one with incredible conversational skills. Complete your quest in any order. Don't be afraid to make interesting choices, and remember to always play the winning side. Campaign will take you from level 1 to 6. We'll play for about 5 to 8 sessions. It's been a journey to put this together. I hope you have a good time, Chris. And only 6 strength? Just avoid going solo in the dungeon. Speak with the dead. 3rd level necromancy. Casting time 1 action. Range 10 feet. You grant the semblance of life and intelligence to a corpse of your choice within range, allowing it to answer the questions you pose. The corpse must still have a mouth and can't be undead. The spell fails if the corpse was the target of the spell within the last 10 days. Until the spell ends, you can ask the corpse up to 5 questions. The corpse knows only what it knew in life, including the language it knew. Answers are usually brief, cryptic, or repetitive, and the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer if you're hostile to it, or it recognizes you as an enemy. The spell doesn't return the creature's soul to its body, only its animated spirit. Thus, the corpse can't learn new information, doesn't comprehend anything that has happened since it died, and can't speculate about future events. Alright. Can I... mouse, move yourself. Yes? What is? What is? Do I have to press anything? Truth and nothing else, a voice declares. What is your name? Ran. Your name is Ran. Success. And in your statement of citizenry, Ran Hemlin. Don't think you're called that very often. Dexterity success? Ran, is that it? Don't think you're called that very often. No, you're not. Which is quite embarrassing when you think about it. I don't know. Ron Hamlin. Actually correct. You answer. Another question from the darkness. What is this, an interrogation? What's an occupation in this context? This is for sure about your job. You know, the job. Your class. Tell the voice about your class. I have a very important job to do. You do, and it'll be great payday. It takes a while before the next question is posed. What is your current goal? Goal? Would be nice to get out of this dark pit for me. For one, the Goblin Chieftain, she needs you. With your gift, you can easily take control one day. It's a bit weird, not gonna lie. Okay, that's my gut talking to me, I'm gonna presume. Every time there's an shoo-in like that. Why all these questions? This fellow wants something, no idea what though. You should probably lie, tell him you're collecting taxes or something, that would be fun. What about control? Control of everything. It is what you were made for. To rule the world? It is only right. No reply, no feedback. Then the voice asks, what is your political affiliation? The question strikes your entire consciousness, sending it spinning. This is a setup. Has to be. It is the Ascalists. Yes, they are decent, possibly. It is the duty of the powerful to lead. That is you, no one else. We've moved beyond the bound of dictators. We are free to make our own choices, thanks to the revolutionary free striders, I can read. Elections are exhausting. Oh, my first failure. Oh no. Another strength. Well, I didn't expect much from you anyway. It hides in the back of your skull, a fact that you're bound to be a nationalist. And it frightens you. Pressure. I don't know any of these words. I'm definitely not a nationalist, I'm sorry. Don't worry, it doesn't matter. Just say whatever you think will be the most useful to you. And I think you know exactly what that is. Actually, I'm apolitical. Nah, I should be in charge of the God King Wizard Lord. Class conflict! Once we based our worth on knowledge and ability, it shall come. The voice is fading. This is the end, the final question. Now's your chance. Break free. How did you die? I am not dead. Well, that was a short game. I guess I just made myself a very selfish being. Which is very unlike me. You're a bad influence, I blame it all on you. clock, my watch. It was my grandpa's. I need it back. Snap out of it. You need to get it. Come on. Esoteric Ebb. Ooh, so much to read. Why am I not covered if I'm supposedly dead? Day 1, March 22nd. A fresh start. Your body aches. It's stiff as if you've slept for days. Don't sleep in the armor, dumbass. Ready for the quest to continue. Of course, strength. Look around you. A circular stone chamber, storage for apples and corpses. Those piles of apples, is this Toadstadt? What's Toadstadt? Does that give me more? Toadstadt, a sprawling island fortress and one of 5 districts in the city. It sits in the middle of River Torna, home of Yor's Pillar, a sprawling tunnel network and water lane, the greatest trade hub in Ascani. You are on Toadstadt right now. Water lane, the largest trade port in Norvik, located in the massive tunnel piercing the center of Toadstadt. It is a so-called marvel of dwarven engineering, and it is the reason so many people commute to Toadstadt over the many bridges, considered as one of the great crafted wonders of the world. The Reconquest, historical event. Norvik, the central city of Ascani and last bastion of humanity. I'm sorry, my eye's itchy. It was founded upon the end of the Reconquest in 468 AE, exactly 70 years ago. The Reconquest, historical event in Norvik. It began in Earth's landing in 466 AE and is said to have been finished by 468 AE, when Earth finished eradicating the trolls who roamed the ruins of Hulin's cattle. It is a point of contention if it should be called a reconquest or just a conquest, as no humans had ever lived in the location before. Earth, your god. Thanks, strength. Very helpful. Get the fuck out of here, now. Okay. Check your stuff. What stuff? Your hands dart around your pouch and uniform. Panic. Sweat. No spellbook, no mace. Face it, you've been robbed. Your legs shake, tears begin to form. Deep breaths. Your belongings are surely here somewhere. And what is this about a quest? Earth be blessed. Oh yes, a quest. Earth be blessed. Do I remember anything? Not sure. Do you have some sort of amnesia? Intelligence? Nah. But your memory, just remember it. Your thoughts are scattered, but your memory is intact. Okay, but what's the quest again? You got a job. The tea shop job. Tea shop job? Yeah, the tea shop that blew up. Easy job. You'll be done in a day or two. Just a job. So I've done this before. Gained experience. Cool. Well, maybe not this particular type of job. Your previous experience lies more in some basic Earthguard militia service, as well as a few years at the towers. Rogue sorcery was not your main subject, but yes, you've read a lot about these types of fiery events. They are not too common these days, however, this incident does not appear overly complex. Well, maybe not. Are we just going in circles now? Eh? Here we are. What is going on? Can I just leave? We're going in circles. What is going on? There was a short pop-up where I could press up. Where is it? What is going on? Why? Can I just walk? No. I want to leave. Ah, there we go. We get something new. Apparently I was too quick about it. I don't know. Maybe. Okay, so to be clear, I need to figure out who blew up some random tea shop. More or less. But you've got like 5 days to do it, so no stress. There's also bullshit politics involved here. You'll love it. Can I think about this first? Time is limited. It's just a lot to... You feel dizzy. No, my HP! I am killing myself by talking to my organs, apparently. The weight of the Earth God uniform, a dull pain takes hold. Your body aches. Its contents rotting. What? So I am undead right now. There are many apples here. And corpses. Corpses? What the hell is this place? Just take it easy. You might have failed at getting the first 200 or 300 people to like you, but you've got 500,000 other folks to fool in the city. It is with utmost confidence that you know eventually someone has to love you. If your stats are high or low enough, chimes will appear in your mind. They will suggest, inform and offer unique paths. Trust them at your own risk. Love me? Well... Let's aim for stand your presence for now. Ah, is it happening again? Okay. Uh-huh. As you do, your fingers touch upon cold steel is covering your entire head, colloquially known as a helmet. Okay, thank you. Let me just... You stare at a blue rag. It's draped over the outline of a someone. Human, male, over 40. Sir, you can't sleep down here. No response. Give it up. Nothing to gain here. Curious behavior to lie perfectly still under a blanket like this. Perhaps he requires assistance? Check under the rag. Cold corpse underneath. You find the cold corpse of human. Looking over him, you find hair, pale skin. He's got a beard too. Oh, and he was alive? What? Mid-40s, factory worker, Ascani blood. His complexion shows nearly no decay, most likely under the effect of preserving spell. Yeah, this guy looks fresh, like he could just sit up and talk to you. The difficulty class of a dice choice is determined by how challenging that roll will be for you. If you select dice choice, you then roll a 20-sided die. If you get the same or higher as the difficulty class, the DC, then you succeed on that roll. Examine him close. I can first ask my body. Okay, let's try. Yeah. Oh, +2. Cool. There's something strange here. This isn't a regular gentle repose. Oh, can I go back and get the... No. Okay. Lean in and look closer. Signs of being either a hard worker or a careless worker. Litter. His skin. Cause of death appears to be not directly visible. No blunt trauma either. Considering his age and the shape of his body, this man most likely died of a common disease of internal failure. That's pretty broad and vague. Unless you're willing to start cutting, that's all you'll get. Except... what? There's also a marking on the right leg, a circle with a cross inside it. 300 pieces, edit. You recall that is the marking of PR, potential revivification. Oh right, this guy can be revived? Seems so. He most likely died during care and was granted immediate gentle repose. Gentle repose? The second level necromancy spell keeps a corpse from decaying. However, he clearly died not have an RF, a revive fund, nor did he have family members with enough ready cash. Or perhaps he was just an unlikable fellow, who knows? Fair enough. We cover up the corpse once more, so I could just cast Revivify on this guy? Potentially, yes. Although the question is more akin to why should you? A third level spell slot is a valuable resource. Why waste it on some blue-collar corpse? It's okay to loot him, right? Yeah, why not? In fact, loot everything. Not like the guy will complain, but don't go around talking about it too loud, okay? Grave robbing is frowned upon by some, even in these enlightened times. Either way, you will not get in many trouble. No one will know. So... Let's doing it again. Why is he here? Why is there space which keeps apples and corpses at the same place? This is a morgue, a lich house, clearly. The apples make it hard to believe, but yeah. Must have been one hell of a deal to put those two together. Ah, this stupid thing is kinda annoying me that I can be too quick and just choose the first option no matter what. How would my body know who this guy is? Okay, I should stop bothering the corpse now. Sealed vase. It's marked as organ disposal. Oh, the cloak is sprawled upon the iron slab as you grab it. You immediately feel the dampness spreading into your gloves. Please don't. This thing is disgusting. Weight in your hands. It is heavy. Wring out the water. The filthy liquid falls to the floor of the stony chamber. It is still quite wet. Should I wear this? No? Of course you should wear it. A hood is the perfect tool for any decent rogue or ne'er-do-well. So what if it's a little damp and you have to wear it? Okay. I'll think about it. You reach for your fancy red pouch of holding. The cloak easily slips inside into the extra-dimensional space with a satisfying slurp. I thought I had nothing on me. Why do I suddenly have a pouch of holding? Where's that coming from? I really love my pouch of holding. Yes, you are very lucky. This kind of a magic item can go upwards of 10,000 crowns. Crowns, the Norvikian crown, the main coinage in Norvik. Norvikian crown, the official currency of Norvik, suffered heavy inflation during the years after Earth's passing A meal is somewhere between 5 to 20 crowns. A cheap month's rent is 100 crowns. A spell book is 50 crowns. An average salary outside the city is up to 300. Average salary inside the city is up to 500. Earth's passing, the day your god died. Norvig used to celebrate this with fervor when you were little, as many fanatics believed he would return if they hosted a truly legendary feast. Earth's passing, drink and feasting with family and friends, mostly used to ignore the darkness of winter outside. Not yours though, it's the city's. You can't just use it for anything. Shut up, it's yours. You can do whatever you want with it. Now go on, put on your cloak and rob some people. Reallocate some resources. An apple looks better than the ones in the pile. Can I try for it now? Why can I not try for it? And don't. The air is cool in here. An esoteric fact. A very important piece of paper. What is happening? Why can I not just... There we go. Okay, I just have to get closer, it seems. Oh, did I pick up the apple now? Hello? My apple vanished. Hello? Can you show up for more than 1 second? I'm confused. How am I supposed to... I'm literally clicking. I guess it's not made for controllers. Or not mine, at least. Roscord. A scruffed voting card made out of to run Hamlin. It is from a dwarven office for some reason, and someone has checked in all 5 parties on the list. You need to bring this to a polling place on election day if your voice is to be heard. Why is this gonna make my intelligence? Why is this lowering my intelligence? How dare you? I need to... No. Election week. Obviously, you're very clear about the fact that you should be the future god wizard king of Norway. You said so 1 single time in real conversation with real people. Your purpose on Tolstad is to investigate an exploded tea shop. Locate this establishment and gain entry. Okay. As of now, you have said 1 single time that you are a wizard, which you are. Despite the get-up, your true talent lies within the arcane. Obviously. You encounter a corpse in a lich house. It seems fresh and ready for revivify, though it would cost quite a bit of money to bring him back. Almost a month's rent. Okay. So I can technically make myself into whatever I want? Divine scripture where it does not belong. Oh, need to get closer again. Divine shrine covered in apples. Hello? Can I engage him? Great mountain of apples. Yeah, can I engage with this? No? The pile of apples. Hello there. A guy. He looks indecisive. No controller for me. It is getting on my nerves. The runes fill your senses as you approach. The color is faded. This monument is hollow, void of all life and divinity. And worse, it's covered in rotten apples. The sacred shrine left in this state, it's an insult to Earth and all of his people. Indeed. Yet you are very much aware that this is not the worst you'll see. You'll have to fight hard to keep Earth's dream afloat. The city is lost, but is not yet lost. How poetic! You're also aware the city is very much in need of change. Change from what? An honorable lifestyle, a peaceful city of humans to prosper in? Change from stagnation and a mire of decay. Earth's crusade brought triumph. The corruption brought after his fall is due to exactly that kind of filthy rhetoric. You're certainly allowed to be wrong in your opinion here. Stop complaining, it won't solve anything. It's just true, but you must stay vigilant. Do not let free striderism destroy your way of life. More like, don't stand in the way of your people's prosperity, you stubborn idiot. Okay. Remove the apple. It does not take long for you to remove some of the nasty apples away from the front of the shrine. A small improvement, but big in the heart. Well, these old things are still around here. A remnant of blindness and decay. Hard to let go of old national pride, but progress will always lead the way. Are these rare? No, we will find shrines like this all over Norvik. Can I pray here? What exactly? I'll think about it. You may pray as you wish. Kneel, move on. The shrine towers over you. To cast spells, you must first prepare them at the shrine. Prepared spells can be cast when the cleric has a reason to do so, either in or out of dialogue. Each cast expands one spell slot of the corresponding level. Wait, can't I heal here through divine assurance or something? Yes? Possibly? The gods are kind to you. Do you think they care? If you want healing, you have to do it yourself. Alright. Looks good? Yeah. You focus your mind on Earth's symbol, his red eye, and you remember the words. Watch upon me, Earth, shepherd of his folk. You're filled with a spirit of nostalgia and power. Let me pick up the burden, lend me your strength. You feel invigorated. This is it. This is prayer of healing. Memorize prayer of healing. Yes, indeed. Sadly, you are unable to cast second level spells at this time. But it won't be long until you will be. Okay, prepare spells. What else can I prepare? Ooh. Preparing spells. To the right, you may view a list of all your available spells. In order to cast spells, you need to first prepare them by approaching shrines, which are scattered around the city. For each spell you wish to prepare, fill in its empty slot to the right. You may only prepare a spell if you have a spell slot of the corresponding level available. Spell slots. To the bottom left, you may view your current spell slots. Each circle represents one slot, which you may expand to cast a spell. You may only cast spells when there is a use for them. When a spell is castable during specific situations and dialogues, the spell tile button of that particular spell will be lit up. Spell tile buttons can be found next to your spell slots once you have finished preparing your spells. Okay. Can't do that yet. Finish. No, you. You approach a shambling man by the apple pile. He does not acknowledge your presence. Just stare. Glancing under his hood, you catch a blank expression spread upon a dried face. It's a dead guy. Damn. Try not to get bit. Poke him. The man does not appear to react in any way to being poked. This is a reanimated corpse. Probably a work of zombies. Probably a work zombie, although it has been illegal. Has been illegal to employ undead since the Bone Purge of 11. Bone Purge, a citywide effort in 11 PE to stop necromancers from outcompeting mortal staffed factories. Okay. Should I defeat this zombie? That would be pretty scary. Should probably speak with the owner first. The guy's not harming anyone. Honestly, he's probably a more productive member of society than you. Yeah, no fun. An almost empty box, except for a stale treat and a pouch. Yeah, let's... Why can't you reach it? Let's just get past him. I'm sorry. With your fingers fumbling about in his mouth, your grip of the fancy magical tooth slips and he bites down. Ouch. You instinctively move your hands away, but he still gets a quick nibble in. You're in his mouth? Big step back. Leave. I just want to get past him. How do I get that? A pile of apples. I can talk to them? You stare at a pile of apples. Walk away. If you know what's good for you. These apples are not in pristine condition. Should these be stored alongside with corpses? No, it's a health hazard. Of course not, it's nasty. Could I eat my way through this pile of apples? It's not really a question of could, it is a question of do you have the time? As well as will your stomach survive the ordeal? No. You are not capable of carrying such tremendous burden. It would lead to death. Don't waste your time here. At the very least, you don't eat the less fresh ones. Please don't. You're not the apple boy anymore. Village check. Roll a d20 with your modifier to get a unique outcome. Nah. I don't want to start eating random apples, but I think that's the only way I get past it. So, remove the bad apples first. Most of the apples appear fine to you, but you move away a handful that look at you funny. Ah, now it's less hard to do so. Yay! You look upon this challenge with determination. Your stomach is empty. Digging in, the first apple goes down the hatch. Going smooth so far. Number 2 goes well. You chew it in peace. Now the third. Yep, that sure was an apple. Going smooth so far. Next one. This one was harder. Your stomach fights the taste. It is getting difficult. One more should be fine. This is the limit. As you chow down on the apple, you feel your jaw ache, your hands shake. Apple overdose. Dangerous stuff. No such thing, come on. You feel refreshed, for a moment at least. The pile of apples towers over you still. You've barely made a dent. Yes, so why did you do this again? Yes, eat the apple, apple boy. Feel sick. As you feel sick, you see something sticking out of the pile of apples. A piece of paper. No. It's a spell scroll. Nice. Lucky bastard. Those are worth a fortune. Relatively speaking. It is Dancing Lights, a versatile cantrip that can be used to light up your surroundings at will. You quickly memorize the scroll, consuming it into your psyche as you always do. Some people at the towers used to fear your innate power to master magic like that. Oh, no. The towers, the home base of the Order of Arcane Clerics of Norvik, also known as OACN. Nobody calls it that. Yeah, which is understandable. It's pretty terrifying. Okay. Cantrips are spells that can be cast at will outside of dialogue. They do not consume any spell slots. You can access your cantrip at the bottom right. What? It's not that. Very cool. Check out the cantrip. Are there? Nice. Can I move it? It moves with me. This guy, he won't move. It's annoying. Annoying the hell out of me. I can finally pick up the apple. An apple. Okay, I guess. For now, I'm kind of stuck in not being able to move this guy. You could clearly just walk over these apples. Nobody would care. Yes. Okay. Visken's lair. Mushrooms, probably edible. Good morning, cleric. Visken, local mortician. The pale man sits hunched over a stack of forms, busy at work, his pencil slowly filling out line after line. On the top of paper you see an icon of a serpentine drake. A great perch. These are official documents of the city. Up and about, are we? Wonderful. I am Visken, local entrepreneur and proprietor of this lich house. It appears you don't really belong here, but if there is anything I can do, cleric, just let me know. Lich house, a mortuary, a holding space for dead bodies during times of undeath. They are known to be heavily guarded. He smiles at you. You can trust this man. If my wisdom failed and tells me I can trust him, then I kinda do not. Okay, strength failure as well. Bow to this creature before this creature. His smile causes you to stir a deep feeling of unease. It is as if it is almost there, but just not quite. Look around the room. Books and flasks litter the circular chamber. It's dimly lit and damp. There are several corpses present. These stone tables were once modular altars used in some advanced rituals. Ah, this entire basement was once a temple. I have a lot of questions. Perfectly understandable. I'm afraid to say you've been through quite the turmoil, cleric. Tell me everything. Of course, it must be confusing. To tell you the truth, some fishermen brought you here last night. They caught you in their net. Took you for a corpse. Not that I blame them, you weren't exactly in prime condition. Prime condition? You're always in your prime condition. You quite literally live in those filthy uniforms. No wonder they thought you were dead. Wait, how did you end up in the river? I doubt he will know how any of these happened if they just found me in the net. So I guess, where can I find these fishermen? He ponders your question. I did not ask for names, sorry to say. But perhaps Waterlane, that's just a guess. Good guess. Lots of boaters going out there. Either that or the local tavern. I hope you find them. So I am in fact alive. Well, I'm standing here, so I would presume so. You know what? Let's ask who were these fishermen? River guiders, guilders, I believe. They did not look like poachers, so my guess would be that. How did I end up in a river? I'm afraid I don't have much to tell. Perhaps you fell off one of the bridges to Tolstead. There are 7 bridges over River Torna connecting Tolstead to the rest of the city. Sounds like the start of a great drinking story, the I woke up in a lich house tale. You don't have a lot of those, so that's good. I would never fall. It must have been an assassination attempt. I must have slipped. Happens all the time. Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation to all of this. I actually once slipped off a wooden bridge and would have probably hurt myself quite bad since there were a lot of stones underneath. It wouldn't have been a big fall, but yeah. I was caught before I actually fell, but I slipped and went below the railing? The handrail thingy. And was about to fall, and then somebody grabbed me. So yeah, it doesn't happen all the time, but it can happen. Seeing how my background is that I am perceived as unimportant, an assassination attempt sounds very implausible. An esoteric explanation? I don't know. But you know what? It's called Esoteric Ebb, so why not? Perhaps there's an esoteric explanation. Perhaps you would know, cleric. Some other question. Do you now? Okay, can I make my life easier again? There's a zombie in your basement. Well, because I will absolutely not get this. Unless I get a natural 20, and that's never gonna happen. Zombie in your basement? Oh, how quaint. Sure, why is that? Why is it there? We're closely connected with the city below. The undead seemingly wander as they please. City below, short for the city below the city, a phrase used to describe the incredible amount of tunnels and ruins below Norvik. Lots of monsters and stuff down there, also riches if you delve deep enough. Monsters, short for monstrosity. Defined as non-sentient creatures born out of magical means, often by combining various natural beasts or from curses or esoteric events. A quick movement in the lower left cheek. His expression actually changed. Don't trust his words. However, I will have to take this up with Lady Sageleaf. I pay good crowns for HWBT protection. The Halfway Bridge tribe, commonly called the Halfways, one of the 3 goblin tribes in Norvik and arguably the most influential, despite their small size, led by Lady Misgal Sageleaf, with their headquarters in the Goblin Garden on Tolstead. Goblin Garden, a dwarven-built citadel sitting in the southernmost tip of Tolstead. It is now a goblin sanctuary and a greenhouse. Well, goblin, short and green, got claws and fangs, little monsters. They've got 3 tribes in Norvik and are considered somewhat civilized. I'm sorry, I love going down these rabbit holes. Oh, so it's all a misunderstanding then. Good. Is it a good idea to just straight out tell him that I don't believe him? I don't think so. You don't seem very alarmed about this. A stray-handed creature will cause no trouble here. He gives you a rare smile and turns to the kobold by the stairs. Isn't that right, Ost? Yes, master. It kept moving apples down there. Oh, the apples! Fascinating behavior. Don't actually believe you. What do you mean, cleric? You're a criminal harboring zombie workers. You need to be punished. Prepare to attack. The zombie is clearly working for you. That is illegal. I greatly apologize for putting you in this situation. It is my neglect that led to this undead creature entering the tower. I will make sure to tighten up security in the future. Okay, both will probably not lead it to anything, huh? No, you're... Ost, we'll do a clean sweep of the basement this evening. Get ready. The kobold gives a screeched yell. Yes, master. I will also make sure to report this to both the HWBT and the militia. He won't let you get a word in. Amazing. Okay. Maybe being straight up wasn't the best idea. Well, I should have attacked, but I don't think I could have taken him on. I'm trying to say you need to pay for your... Of course, I'll be sure to ask for a thorough inspection by the PCG. Pest Control Guild. One of the oldest guilds in Norvik. They are supposed to keep monsters at bay and clean up any unwanted critters across the city. These days, they are so bogged down in requests from citizens in the city that they usually have backlogs for months. The pale man is twisting the entire situation. Smart. If there is anything unbecoming about my business here, it shall be uncovered and unveiled. Holy shit, he just keeps going. Thank you very much for your service, cleric. It is because of great men like you that the city still stands. I'm sure a good word to your patriarch will assure a promotion of some kind as well, especially with this great work you're doing on the tea shop. This patriarch, a top cleric rank in Norvik, different from Lord Patriarch, which is the traditional administrative leader of the city. Only about a dozen men currently hold the rank. They manage a section of clerics each at the towers. He's going in circles around you. It's time to step in. Argue! Argue! Okay, we are quite charismatic. Let's go. Resist his incredible oratory power. Yeah! Easy! Focus on the main point, illegal zombie. Go. Stop. I know what you're doing. The pale man opens his mouth to respond. The zombie did work on your property. Closes his mouth and looks at you. It was picking up apples. Or something. That's a violation of the bone purge. The bone purge, yes, I am aware. The pale man takes a deep breath. He reaches below into his desk and brings forth a pouch. An insolent incident. It will not be repeated. A gained item, a bunch of crowns. He hands it to you. This feels like a bribe. This isn't a bribe, is it? course not, cleric. As a city cleric, you obviously have the ability to accept Daxbota on behalf of Norvik. Daxbota, dwarven for day fine. Some might call it legal extortion, but it really depends on the district. Violation of the Bone Purge Code, Article 4. In its singular violation cases, a Daxbota of minor class is issued. In relation to my status as a Tolstad business owner, that would be precisely 25 crowns. Ah, he's dealt with this before, huh? Now that this issue is behind us, anything else you needed? I require assistance with some things. Still can't get that. Yeah. Of course, cleric. Anything for the city. You called me cleric? Make air quotes. I did, yes. Because you are a cleric, don't make an ass of yourself. Too late for that. I am the cleric. Good for you. An example of that sarcasm thing mentioned before. You didn't mention that yet, Charisma. Though I'd love to ask, what type of cleric are you? What? Yes, if you're a clergyman, you might run a congregation for a local religion or deity. Then there are clerics of the bureaucratic variety, city officials speaking for the religious state. Rules are meant to be broken. You are not some stiff councilman. You, however, must be an arcane cleric. No, I am the chosen one. The pale man stops and ponders your response. Chosen for what? To rule. Interesting. You will surely be a wise despot in these trying times. Thank you, I know. Good luck with that. I don't know where to go. I don't mean to tell you what to do, cleric, but there is a certain rumor that a local goblin chieftain is waiting for you. Goblin chieftain? Lady Miska Sageleaf is her name. She's down in the Goblin Garden. Of course you've heard of her. Lady Sageleaf is quite famous. She leads one of the 3 goblin tribes exonerated by Earth after the conquest. Yeah, you don't want to fuck with that one. Dragon of Tolstad added, okay. They call her the Dragon of Tolstad. The goblins live in a garden? Well, not quite. You'll see when you get there. And when you do, make sure to pay your respects. Lady Sageleaf is a powerful ally. I would even go so far as to call her de facto lawkeeper here on this island fortress. Wait, this is part of the job? Talking with some petty goblin queen? You may find her at the southern tip of Tolstad, the pale man says, and keeps scribbling on his paper in front of you. Does not value your time. What do you know about spellcasting? Quite a bit. If he knows more than you, then it would be useful to listen. Can you teach me magic? A slight smirk creeps onto his face. I sadly don't have time for a proper lecture at the moment. After the election I could make time if you're interested. Great knowledge awaits. Until then, you're free to browse my collection, he says, glancing at the many books along the western wall. And of course... Yeah. Gained Charm Person. Oh, nice. A copy of Charm Person. It will surely be useful to you. A truly diabolical spell. The towers teach it only to higher tier spellcasters usually, despite its first level. Okay. Charm Person, a first-level enchantment spell. If the target fails a wisdom check, you'll be their favorite person for a little while. Of course, after that, they will surely hate you. But who cares about that? That's a great shortcut to charming people, although you got to be careful with the fallout. If you care about such things, that is, of course. Can you explain the basics of spellcasting? Oh, I mean, of course. Embarrassing. As a wizard, you memorize your spells before casting them. Wizard, a book-learned arcane spellcaster, typically plays Joris Spring by memorizing and executing esoteric rituals and chants. Jor, the name of our realm, also the name of the legendary wizard who created it. He died during the closing, at the end of the Gate Era. A period lasting approximately 3,000 years. Sorry, the first era, named after the many gates opened by Jor to connect this realm with all the others, ended around 2,000 years ago, if you trust modern scholars. As an arcane cleric, you must memorize your spells during prayer at a shrine. There's one downstairs by the apples. Where can I find more? There's the Temple of Earth, of course. It's just up the stairs past the pillar. You've heard the Tolstad Temple will act as polling place for the district on election day. There's also one on Waterline View, I believe, past the trade post. You'll find more, hidden around every corner, I can promise you that. How do I get more spells? 2 ways. You could spend time learning them, drafting pages out of the palace archives. The palace, an unofficial nickname for the current ruler of Norvik, named after the palace district in which most central authority resides. The palace district, one of the five districts of Norvik, home of aristocrats, bureaucrats, and the remnants of Earth's court. Or the great library in the towers, since you obviously would have some access to that. However, I don't believe you have time for either of those options, so I would suggest the other route. That would be what? Spell scrolls. Oh yeah, I saw one downstairs. Yes, a piece out of my collection. Oh. You're very much allowed to indulge, cleric. I'm glad to assist the city in any way. This guy's trying to help you? He must have a vested interest in your job then, somehow. You don't need his permission. Now, Tolstad is filled with all kinds of strange catches, so you'll probably encounter more by just looking around. If you get your hands on a scroll, then just memorize it. Cantrips or spells it doesn't matter. I'm sure you're talented enough to memorize them on the spot. Yep. Sure, thanks. He nods to you and goes back to his writing. That's all I have to ask about spellcasting. Very well. If you want to practice, feel free to cast anything non-lethal on my servant Ost. Sounds like a practice. Can I try casting on you instead? I don't want to do that. In fact, it sounds quite awful. Fair enough. Just remember that spells are terribly useful when applied properly. That's all the help I need, thanks. Oh my... Well, not like I could have gotten that anyway, but still. I know it's back. I know that I can't get it, but I kind of want to try anyway. Come on, 20. So close! You cleared the pale man who keeps working on his documents for approximately 2 minutes. Eventually you feel stuck in your thoughts. I don't mean to imply I know more than an honorable Earthguard member, my good cleric. However, you must certainly have more important things to do on a day like this. Ah, he's correct. Maybe you can get back to this later. Some dice checks are locked on failure and can be attempted again later. These checks are unlocked on a long or short rest or by spending shards of yore. But a roll with a very high DC should probably be lowered before attempting again. I wish you luck with your endeavors. I'm going to go now. Before you do, make sure to collect all your belongings. He gives you a quick inspection with his dead eye. Dead eyes. Too quick, like he's trying not to show his interest. Weird. At least he's not hitting on you. Got it. The pale man turns his face towards you and smiles. If only every government employee were as devoted as you, cleric. It gives you a stern expression. Good luck on your quest. Leave now. When exploring the city, you may move faster by running. To do so, either double-click or hold Shift, the left trigger. Okay. An unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Wait, is that? Rune prayer book. Intelligence -3. Why is everything ruining my intelligence? Stop doing so. Stone slabs are designed to slide along the iron beams. Interesting. George left his mark across the bands. Today is an unusual sign of magic. The red eye of Earth. Tray of old incense. Some are still usable. Thick tome lies upon the iron slab. You flip the tome open. There are fine and handwritten letters across the pages. You can read these symbols, but they are in old draconic Diminorian. The common language of man spread across the coast during the Arcane era to become the lingua dominans in trade and politics. The dominant language. The coast, also known as Yor's realm, is a strip of land divided into 8 bands. The further inland you go, the closer you get to the infinite wastes. It is theorized to be a ring or half-sphere due to the bent of the horizon. The infinite wastes, starting at approximately 1,000 or so miles from the coast, depending on various factors, the land is inhospitable, unexplorable, and quite frankly cursed. Each band has its own flavor of this waste. Arcane era, 511 years of rapid magical and technological growth, as well as the birth and death of the great human megocracies in Diminor. Now reads, and 27 years ago. De verbis draconum as occulta. In the words of a dragon, the art of the occult. Okay. These words should translate into something akin to occult dragon speech. The author's name appears to be Salom Diminori. Diminor, the Arcane era name for reeds, often referred to as Old Diminor. The name was changed by Freestrider revolutionaries to mark the end of the old magocracy. Freestrider, a new way. The people in the East have overthrown the old wizards and gods. For years, the revolution has slowly crept into the city. Now it's time to finally join the free cities and get rich. Free cities, a collection of city-states in reeds, all united under the golden banner of Freestriderism. Norvik will join them, one way or another. Reeds, one of the 8 bands along the coast. It is a temporary land of lowlands and many lakes, commonly seen as the homeland of humans. Large portions are still cursed, holding entire undead cities, eternally burning valleys, and floating mountains. band. An esoteric divide splits the circular coast of Jor into 8 geographic areas, commonly known as bands. Hi, Erica. Each band has unique esoteric and natural traits and stretches from the coast to the infinite waste. Old Draconic? Yes. The tongue of the Dragon Masters of Old Demeanor. Old Demeanor, a term for Demeanor, often used to refer to the band before it was renamed Reeds during the end of the Coast War capitulation agreement. Some say it with sarcasm, some say it with pride, some say it with fear. Post-war, a near century-spanning conflict between every great nation of the Arcane era, scholars estimate it claimed more than half of the entire human population. It is said to have begun in 398 AE by the inciting spark of the assassination of Priestess Ilona, and is generally agreed to have concluded with the fall of the Thazan in 481 AE, 57 years ago. Human, tall and beautiful like yourself, known as the pest of the coast by those who are less inclined to reproduce like rabbits. Humans served them faithfully for centuries before the Arcanists rose against them. Arcanists, the magograts who ruled pre-Coast War human civilization and Old Demeanor, also a very minor political party in Norway. Does it give me a new thing, or is it just a new chance to get Old Demeanor? Old Demeanor today is called Reed. They changed the name because, well, the entire band was pretty fucked up after the Coast War. Demeanor, anyone who uses this term for anything modern is either an anti-free strider or lives under a rock. Can I translate this? No. Not without many weeks of study. You were not trained in Draconic at the towers. You skip those classes. Why learn languages when you can just use magic? Oh, yeah. How you doing, Erica? Right, I need to get my hands on comprehend languages. You do. It's highly annoying that you seem to have lost your memorization. Find a spell scroll. Maybe you could buy it somewhere. It's fairly common. So many books, basic manuals, arcanist histories, novels. Some of them stand out to you as classics. It could be useful to refresh your mind. The books taunt you bookishly. Read the autobiography? The classic. You kept this book on your bedside table for years during your scribing years. You take a look at the first page. In these pages, I shall endeavour to recount the journey of a mind born to greatness, a will tempered by the crucible of ambition, and a spirit bound to the relentless pursuit of the arcane. My name is Phileas Brax. Phileas Brax, a magicrat and arcanist of the highest order, led one of the longest-lasting autocratic empires in Old Demeanor, and founded House Brax, most infamous for creating the Curselands. Curselands, 50,000 square miles cursed to forever, stand as an esoteric gateway to a pure negative energy plane. For scale, that's about the size of the entirety of the land today held by the Novikian city-state. It goes on to make grandiose statements on his personal abilities of magic. Know this, I write not for the masses, but for the few who possess the clarity of vision to see beyond the veil of mediocrity. To them I offer my life as a lesson and a legacy, that they might learn from my triumphs and avoid the pitfalls that lie in wait for the unwary. You remember the first chapter dealing with youth growing up in the ruthless port of a rival house, the Hagenshacks. Hagenshacks, one of the most powerful magocratic, oh my goodness, Families in old demeanor. Known for their portions of necromancies spawned from the seat of the Shadow Lord, a god and theocratic ruler of the Divine Era. A period lasting 379 years, named for the birth of many walking gods around the coast, ended 530 years ago. How his struggles against relentless opposition and bullying, potions, a magical substance ingested for temporary effect. Power is not born of blood nor inherited by the fortune of birthright. It is cultivated in the crucibles of the mind, refined by the fires of discipline and sharpened by the relentless pursuit of knowledge. Let those who seek to rule first learn to kneel before the altar of wisdom, for it is there that true strength is forged. I don't necessarily disagree, but I disagree in the fact that I don't. But then again, I am currently playing a character that just wants to rule the world, so I guess I would subscribe to this. Flip through the pages. In the second half, Brox begins to talk about his early political career, the intricacies of magocratic bureaucracy, how he learned to play the game well enough for himself to reach a dictatorship as the youngest magocratic ruler ever. It's always hard to read a person through pages, but this dude is clearly dancing around his massive ego. That was sprawling out from the first words of his text, so yes, not that there is anything wrong with that. Impressive, even. The rest is mostly a collection of meditation surrounding magic and power. The esoteric, in its purest form, is neither good nor evil. It is a tool, a force to be wielded by those with the intellect to do so. Yet, let us not be so naive as to think that power alone grants one the right to rule. The Arcanist must also be a statesman, for the whims of unchecked magic can lead even the wisest astray. Govern with an iron hand, but let that hand be guided by the principles of reason and justice. Thus shall the state prosper, and thus shall the legacy of the magocracy endure. In the halls of power, the arcane shall be our shield and our sword. Yet remember this, the Arcanist's duty is not only to himself, but to the state and its people. For in the endless pursuit of knowledge, one must not forget the price of ignorance. A vigilant mind is the guardian of civilization, and a vigilant state of the fortress of progress. Let no shadow fall upon our vigilance, for in the light of our knowledge lies the path to true dominion. I kind of dig. I kind of dig his book. A first level abjuration spell, shield, can be cast as a reaction to raise an arcane barrier around the caster, protect against the fiercest of blows. The final part of the biography focuses on even deeper and more rambling side of ruling. Wait, much reading. Why would you open the book then? You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Look back. Folk Tales by the Trill Sisters. Opening the Trill Sisters book shows you an index of several tales, many of which you heard growing up. These stories shape reality, for the mind does not distinguish a tale from a real life lesson. They are but the same. Out of the tales, you see the one you remember the most. The one about the gnome and the Titan. Titan, term for the gigantic creatures who first inhabited and shaped Yor's realm. breed a little in the large. In the old days, when dragons ruled the skies and titans wandered the earth, there lived a gnome named Abacus, known far and wide as a half-wit. It's alright. Are you at the doctor's right now at the hospital again? Hope you're doing alright. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places, and so it was that he stumbled into the deep valley of Asken. It's fine. It's very reading heavy, but it is interesting nonetheless. Welcome back, Dawn. And welcome back, Erica. Whether by fate or folly, he often found himself in the oddest of places, and so it was that he stumbled upon into the deep valley of Asken. This valley was home to Ymor, the mist titan, colossal being with furs thick as the ancient forests and limbs that clutched the very mountains. His upper body was hidden in, or perhaps made of, the swirling mists that filled the valley, but on this day the valley was not the serene refuge it had once been. The air was thick with ash, the rivers ran black, and the trees stood as charred husks. Esoteric, the ancient red dragon, had set the forest aflame, hoping to drive Ymor from his domain and claim the fertile valley for himself. Esoteric, the red dragon of Asken, his rise to powers through trickery and betrayal is legendary, as is his fall to Abacus the half-wit and the Mist Titan. Rumors say his spirit still haunts the ever-lit, verdant coast to this day. Oh no! I hope you can get rid of the blood clot. I forgot the term. I even can't remember the German word for it, since that should be about the same as the English one. But yeah, hope the blood clot can get unclotted. Burnt Coast, a vast piece of coastline just east of Norvik. It's a charred area filled with volcanic activity and cobalt. It's one of many eternally cursed lands on the coast. It's nearly impossible to travel to Reeds via land because of this area. Reeds, the leftovers, the city of the coast wall center, which ripped the entire band apart. Today, it's a shining beacon of everything modern and pretty and new and so on. Ymor was furious, his great form trembling with rage as he searched for the source of the destruction. His eyes fell upon Abacus, who was wandering aimlessly, his tiny mind more puzzled by the sudden darkness than anything else. I think that the coast was filled with these beasts of yore at one point. They reigned harshly and wildly, but it's not hard to see why some preferred their chaotic dominance to the tyranny of dragons. Continue to the verses. Thriklumchum, who dares bring fire to where none should come. Ashes taint my sacred mist. Speak, small one, lest you be missed. Abacus looked up, squinting through the fog, and scratched his head. Fire? No, I've no fire to share, no flame do I bring, nor ash do I bear, for in the dark I see clear as day. 'Tis those who can't that need the flame, they say. Thriklumchum, what nonsense from your tongue does come? Who is it that needs this blaze, that blackens my mist and dims my days? Well, question thee, who needs a flame to light the path and stroke the claim? Perhaps it is Esoth, the king, whose fires to your valley bring. Thriklumchum, the dragon's days are surely done. Guide me, gnome, to where he lies. Together we shall dim his skies. The story goes on to wax about the friendship sparked between this eldritch titan and this silly little gnome as they sought out Isuth from his throne. The ancient red dragon then falls to the titan's might after Abacus accidentally guides him to the correct location. One of those classic stories every child in Askin is told growing up. It is important to remember that this is an oral tale passed down over generations. This is simply the shape in which it was written down. Who knows how exactly it functioned in its original state. Yeah, normally each fairy tale tends to have a moral behind it. Normally, be wary of strangers. But yeah, let's see. You shut it, looking upon the title once more. Folktales. Collected Chants of Novik by Patriarch Pili. This is a printed edition of Pili's work, but still old. Probably came from the earliest Novikian printers. On the first page, a short message is hand scribbled in the corner. My belief lay in the collected humanity of Novik. May you remember that from this collection with honor and grace, Billy D. Is this a handwritten message from the second patriarch himself? You feel faint. Are you even able to hold such an artifact? Fascinating to think that the pale man held such a treasure on his shelf. Read the foreword. A dream of unity under earth. The book begins with a lengthy essay about the foundation of Novikian cultural values. It's really like a guide, if anything, on what a Novikian person is, how their values come from various tribes in the old country, and how together they have formed something greater under earth. The text directly explains how a new Novikian culture will help the city grow and fight against inequity and injustice through unity. Mainly by being generous and not hoarding wealth, among other things. Preach! Preach, Pili! A naive thought. Shut up, Dexterity. Then, finally, it does touch upon the connection with dwarves as well, and how the Novikian spirit is not contained within humans alone. It is not just blood, it is sweat and tears as well. Those folk who unite with us will not be seen as an other. No, they too are Earth's folk. They too are Earth's guard. A lovely sentence. Indeed, this is something to live up to. Okay, Tornius Lament. I went with you to foreign shores, my lord, my guard. I pray you keep from harm the beast, each shard a proof of your devotion. Thus I give myself to your folk. I give my life for a home at the river in that sliver of land, to vanquish the beasts who roam, the evil who lair, the fires that burn, to build a life along the river. Every shepherd knows the song, it bellows up the river. Earth lives in that sliver of land. Why does it remind me of the Down by the River song? Well, maybe because it keeps mentioning the river. Down, down, down by the river. Loose the book. It is your favorite. Is it? You shut it, looking upon the title once more. This is a really great book. It is. I sit back. You do so. It fits nicely back in its slot. This book does not deserve your toxic presence. What? Mine? Strength. You are the toxic presence here. You're stronger, more capable. Then perhaps you could have carried that weight. What? You really want the book? One day it could be yours. This is very confusing. I'm just putting back the book. There's some issues with stealing going on. Just ignore it. Let us forget this for now. The book stares at you from the shelf. Leave the books alone. Bye-bye, book. Okay. Unlocked chest full of strange rocks. Let's travel through them. Shard of yore. You don't mind, right? Good. Glad we agreed that you don't mind about anything. An empty pot. Looking inside, you find this pot to be empty. Most contain strange herbs or ashes. This one does not. There is beer. You must grow sturdier. You're hedonistic fool. Pray the stomach dies and lets the mind work without its poisonous influence. Leave the pot alone, okay? We have another corpse. Your fate one day. Love how he's not reacting at all. Alright. Let's talk to you real quick. Wiggling his little clawed feet, the kobold follows your every move with cold, unflinching yellow eyes. Masters say you behave. I have some questions for you. Short question. Go. Can I borrow your crossbow? Human is kidding? Not funny. You would make greater use of it than this puny creature. Just take it. Kobold snorts. Go away. Let's try to convince him. Kobold stares at you. Uh-oh, how do we do this? Appeal to his better nature? I don't fucking know. Find a reasonable argument, probably with a lie. No! This is difficult. The kobold already hates your guts. Don't make it worse. If you don't hand it over, I'll tell Viskin you called him stupid. It's a law. You must always hand your weapons to city officials when asked. Let's go. Not law. You lie. That would be a pretty damn law, to be fair. Yeah. Go away. Well, that was a failure. Better find some other way of getting the crossbow. Well, who are you? I'm Ost. I'm security chief in Lich House. How did you get this gig? Not gig. What is it then? I am devoted servant for master. So you're a slave, not slave. And your master is? Master Visken. And he owns you. Not own, serve. So you're being paid? Yes, paid well. He gives you an expression that could be described as a frown. That is, if it looked in any way different from his regular expression. Where were you when the tea shop incident occurred? Incident? Tea shop blew up. Boom! Big boom? Big, big boom. When it happened, I was on Waterline on mission. What were you doing on Waterline? Milk. Doing milk. Deliver. You deliver milk? Yes, side hustle. This kobold just keeps getting better and better. True. Kobolds don't even drink milk. I want to know more. I want to know a lot less. Ask questions about the milk. The kobold stares at you. This milk situation is intense. Where does the milk come from? Cows. And where do we get the cow milk? Market. Who buys the milk? Humans. Waterlane humans. They pay many for fresh milk from before dawn. Side hustles are always smart. You should do a milk run like that. It pays. Do kobolds produce milk? No. They're draconic in nature. They lay eggs. That doesn't mean that they don't necessarily not produce milk. Do you like milk? No. right? Yeah. You smirk, a confident laugh escaping your lips. You then turn towards the ceiling, smiling. I also don't like milk. Your comment has made a dent upon the world. This is why they should all follow you. You are the worthy leader. Win them over with lies and deceit. Control them through flattery and love. Robert stares at you with awe in his yellow expressionless eyes. I don't have anything else to ask about. Okay. Thank you. You should totally find out more about this. Could be a big money maker. Can I borrow your crossbow? You mean it's kidding, not funny. You would make a great, yeah? No, it's not reset yet. Please? No. Don't take the crossbow just yet. Okay, thank you for your time, Cobalt. I have nothing to my name. Crown collection, coin capture, cash kidnappings, kidnapping. There are many ways to describe it. Get rich or die trying. The only way to do is obvious. To get this milk delivery gig, try checking around Waterlane in the morning. Do that? Dragon of Tolstad. You're here on request of Lady Sageleaf, a goblin chieftain in Tolstad. Go see her right away. She's in the Goblin Garden at the southern tip of Tolstad. Alright, I can learn... You know what, let's go learn Charm Person real quick. Okay. Men at work beneath Askell Green Banner. Something inside this old vase. Inside. Okay. As for the... Well, can I hire him? What's this about? Around the amphitheater. Amphitheater scene. You see a number of dwarves hard at work. They're constructing a banner of some kind, carrying a bright red flag. Banner of Askell, the fool. One of the dwarves stands to face you with a furrowed brow. Oi, Mr. Cityman, calls out as you approach. We've made it clear already. We're not moving, not one bit. He shoots you a shit-eating grin. What's going on here? Just working. The boys will be done soon enough. You hear the other dwarves laughing behind him. Nothing illegal going on here. Nothing at all. Nothing illegal, huh? We have the papers. Nothing illegal at all. This might be one of those kind of illegal but also not sort of situation. One of the older dwarves spits on the ground next to him. You even know who you're talking to, child. This here be Alfot of the Ban Amvers, a foreman in the Asgalist movement of Norway. Ascalist. The workers who built the city want to rule it. Seems only just. Their vision is of a fair and even society where those who live underneath rise up to show their worth. After all, why can't we share? He's done more good than all of you Earthguard combined. A true speaker of Ascal. That's a lot of good. See me exaggerate. He gives the older dwarf the stink eye. I'm also not in any way proud of my heritage. Ability is just a poisonous hierarchy. True. Wolf, stout, short, hairy, loves to dig and build. You know the drill. Drill. They built most of Norvig and have a long history with the Earthfolk. Earthfolk, the people of Earth, the ancestors of those who reconquered the Ascani coast. True mythological heroes. Typical talking points. He grins. Just wanted to make that clear. Don't mention the whole noble thing. It'll just piss him off, unless you want that. About this Ascal. What about him? Everyone knows Ascal as some dwarven demigod and or controversial leader. If you want to piss off this dwarf, then just pretend to not know who Ascal is. I like him, he seems cool. He's Ascal, the great, the kind, our liberator. You like him too, then? Yeah, a bit. Got to ask though, is this religion? Most certainly not, he scoffs in your general direction. A cult then? I don't know who you've been talking to, Mr. Cityman, but let me assure you, Ascal was no god or demigod or anything related to this. He was a simple man with a dream of a fair and just society. Nothing more. Ouch, sore spine. You setting up a play or something? A play? Spits on the ground. We are holding a rally for the cause this evening. Workers across Tolstad will gather to hear the word of Ascal. He turns towards the orc. And no one's going to stop it. There's an orc. Orc, big brutes of devilish origin. They're rare Norvik. Most of them can be found in Feltire. Feltire, one of the 8 bands along the coast, a land half-ruined from millennia of warfare. Its red lowlands account for a quarter of all food production on the coast, all flowing from the trade port in Blood City Bay. The name of Feltire either originates in Orcish as High Place or Bad Fords in Infernal, or Hillland in Goblin. It is hotly debated. Blood City Bay, the most populated city across the coast, built upon the corpse of Gorgorian, the Great and Terrible. A sprawling mass of wooden walks and buildings carved out of the calcified remains, once famous for its fleet of airships deployed during the coast wall, known as the origin of the Industrial Revolution. And while New Thazen was overtaken, it has overtaken it as the leader in manufacturing. It still stands as one of the most industrious city-states. Gorgorian. A devil second in line to rule the deepest lair of hell. Legends say he was presented with a deal. Conquer one measly pocket dimension, and in exchange he would be granted the throne. A millennia of fighting orbs, elves, several walking gods later, his corpse is now used as the foundation for Blood City Bay. Industrial Revolution, a period of rapid technological, esoteric and social change that began in Old Dominor between 270 and 340 AE. It marked the shift from agrarian magic-based and handcrafted economics to industrial mechanized production. This transformation revolutionized manufacturing, transportation, urban life, laying the foundation for the modern industrial world. You hear laughing come from across the theatre. Papers, Alphonse. It crumbles and turns back to you. So, what do you want? You seem a bit stressed. No, you don't say. His words drip with the acid from green deer. Green deer, a monstrosity born out of the coast wall. Fallout. Produce acid from their antlers. Mimic spoken language, often walk on their hind legs, and are generally extremely deadly. They cannot be found in Tuscany, but are known for the horrors around the coast. Mimic, horrifying shape-shifting monsters, capable of copying the looks of any object it discovers, although with some size limitations depending on the type. If you touch it, you'll get stuck and probably eaten. So, it is forenoon. I get the lads together, and when we arrive, that accursed woman is standing here. The dwarf shudders. She starts complaining. He reaches for something in his pocket and takes out some documents. We show the papers. The papers are no good, she says. Bah! Real convenient to say. Circle Square conflict. Edit. No, there is nothing wrong with these papers. We are in our right to speak out against tyrants and burghers. Orgar. The craftsmen, merchant and notably higher standing citizens in comparison to those of rural roads. They sure are playing a game they can't win. Check the papers. Surely the dwarves have screwed up somewhere. So she's wrong about the document. Of course she is. She's a liar, that one. A filthy liar. Alphonse nods and grunts. Terrible liar. Can't even get the words out. Isn't it a bit macabre to hold a rally on top of a morgue? Can I see the papers? He gives his companions a glance. Why? Construct an argument as to why you should get the papers. Just tell them you're an expert and that you're on their side. I'm an expert. Are you now? Yes, also I'm yours. I'm on your side. He repeats louder. Are you now? Now hit him with. I'm your best shot at getting out of this. The dwarf grumbles. His eyes go from you to the orc behind you. Fine. The dwarf sighs and grabs something in his pocket. He hands over the scroll. PPG documents. I trust you with these documents, Cityman. Oh boy, if you hand those to the orc, this could all be over right now. Unless we're in the wrong, I dare you. Because we're not. The older dwarves join in. Step back and check it out. Let's see what is actually going on here. You can examine certain items in your inventory to access unique dialogue. Okay, I'll take a look. PPG, a formal permission of public gathering, contains a lot of legal nonsense, making it difficult to parse. It's quite light. Some kind of magazine paper. Unrolling it reveals a short statement about a political rally at the Circle Square. Magazine, a periodical publication generally containing short stories, adverts, investigative journalism, and or erotica. Permission of public gathering accepted, it says in big letters at the bottom, followed by a signature, Tolstad magistrate. Nicholas Darrow. Darrow, one of the original Earth folk houses to found Norvik with Earth. Sorry. Their bloodline can still be found in high positions all around the city. The actual text uses an archaic and typically bureaucratic writing style. Examine it in detail. Oof, close one. You scan the text again, checking for spelling, phrasing, and terminology. It's perfect, not a single error, except the date. It says their rally is supposed to be held on the 16th. The document is perfectly legal, but it's expired. I've seen this kind of document before. Yes, often. In your scribing duty, you've signed these a number of times. Dates. Yeah, it's expired. Full document. It is not. I don't like it. Oh, how come? Because it's a legal document. Duh. General tomfoolery. Fascinating. Stop looking. Mr. Cityman, what do you want this time? About the rally. What about it? I checked out the papers. Takes a deep breath. Okay, what did you find out, Cityman? The papers are fine, you guys are on the raid. Yeah, these papers expired like last week. Takes the papers and shakes his head. With a groan he mutters, I know, but the date is just a mistake, you see. I personally had this signed by the magistrate 2 days ago after the supposed expiry date. Magistrate? 5 rulers of the 5 districts. They are the Coin Lord, Home Lord, Shield Lord, Foot Lord, and Law Lord. Each has a unique role in the city's bureaucracy. Sometimes the titles switch between districts, but generally the housing districts holds the Home Lord, the Palace holds the Law Lord. The housing district, one of the 5 districts in Norvik, the poor area on the west side of the river, named as such due to the Earth folk originally being housed here, where Earth cleared out the ruins in what is now known as the Palace. Housing, a nickname for the housing district where the poor live. They must have done it on purpose. Exactly, that's what I've been saying, Alphonse. I hate the government so much. Yes, fuck those burger fuckers. Bah, Dwarf shouts onto the amphitheater. It doesn't matter whether Darrow fucked us or not. We're here and they can't make us leave. Gives you a menacing glare, and I hope for your sake you're not the sorry lad she's hired to do the deed. I'm just here to observe. I am the dispenser of justice. Good, then tell that orc free fucker to leave us be. He keeps swearing. Must mean he's getting real angry. Spits on the ground. Cancel. A dwarven word meaning something on the line of devilry. Come on, crossword. Devil, lawful, evil, fiend. They are lawyers, soul traders, and either the most efficient type of leader or the worst type of middle manager. Their numbers are dwindling as of late, but in Blood City Bay they still rule supreme. About the rally? What about it? Isn't it a bit hard to hold a rally on top of a morgue? Morgue? Dwarf promised to himself and glances over to the Lich House stairs. I thought it was a dentist. No matter, the Asgard movement is not afraid of death. Hear laughter from the orc behind you. Big word. Words, Alphonse. The dwarf grits his teeth. Damn orc. What is this rally about exactly? France. Guilds. For decades, there's been collective bargaining between Norvikian workers and the city guilds. Say what you want about Earth, but he kept a tight leash on the upper class of the city. Damn right he did. Yeah, but look at it ain't the same since his death. The free striders have burrowed into every darn power structure, from paper boys to bookbinders. In less than a dozen years, salaries have stagnated and prices have gone up. They said free traderism would make the city rich. They say it makes its people poor. We need change. So you're here to convince a bunch of Tolstead workers to vote for the Escalist party. More or less, yeah. but it's also about the spirit of community. Together we can fight against the purchases of our labor. Alone we are as brittle as a twig in the old wolves pipe up a twig in the wind. Oh no, that's not good enough. A twig in a fireplace. Point at you. That's good. I like that. Anyway, the rally will be a success. We just need to get rid of that orc. So we can call out all workers of this magnificent city, he exclaims as if there was a crowd around him. Vote! Vote with your guts, with your manhood at stake. Yeah, about that. Where are the women in all of this? Except for the orc lady, obviously. You too, Cityman. Okay, good luck fighting tyrants. A nobleman, huh? Oops. Ah, in the old country, yeah. It doesn't matter here. I'm just a foreman of the Tolstead district. Doesn't matter. If he's a noble, he must be rich. Foreman? I've worked my whole life for the movement. I've earned my title. He's terribly defensive. If you wanted to spark something out of him, you could make him angry. Tell me more about yourself. Huh? Why? What? Then leave this dumb dwarf alone. What? Why are you asking about me? Kind of weird to just walk up to someone and ask for their life story. Interested in you and your backstory. And why should I tell you anything? Who doesn't want to talk about themselves? He raises a hand. Fair enough. Just move on. Alright, have fun. Okay, where's the orc lady? There was something here. It went poof. Where's the orc lady? Ah, there you are. The orc observes you with great interest. On the edge of the ruinous amphitheater, you see an orc sitting on one of the many loosened stone blocks. It looks like she's waiting for something, or someone. Exuding an air of authority around her, the large lady gives you a wry smile. The tusks are gleaming. Not just physically imposing, this orc knows how to exert power in other ways as well. What's this? Not often we get Earthguard around here. You sure walk around like a damn advertisement with this drab uniform. She presents her palm to you. Vera is my name. I am second in command guild agent of Tolstead. Nice to meet you. Be nice to her. She's a free strider. The showing of the palm is a casual cultural greeting and reads, do not grab a hand. That's not what that is. I'm Regan. Hello, Regan. She shoots you another smile, waiting patiently for you to say anything. What's the deal with the dwarves? Oh, them. Complicated as anything. I wouldn't be sitting here wasting my precious day if it wasn't for them. But in short, they're holding an all unlawful assembly. They won't let me take a look at the document proving it. Not frustrating at all, she says, and winks at you. She telegraphs her sarcasm heavily. This is useful when communicating with slower individuals. Hey. So, should I just hand her the PPG thing I got? Oof. They should be allowed their assembly. But I kinda wanna have this lady on my side. Oh, did you now? The dwarves surely need to leave, but if you make them, the nice orc lady might pay you. Don't get involved with this bullshit unless you really want to pick a side in this Free-Strider-Asgalist conflict. Both these sides are useless and ignorant. Alphonse is entirely in his right to halt this rally. You also need to go. The situation's a bit complicated. Okay, so I have no opinion on this matter. Sorry. Choose not to get involved at all. I agree, but that does not change the outcome. We have to draw the line somewhere, don't we? A diplomatic bullshit answer. Love it. Oh. Telling me I can charm her, which will have repercussions. Doesn't help me though, since Now he's entirely in his right. Such a powerful declaration, yet I don't see any proof whatsoever, or any real argument either. The clerical era, the real date is today. I don't care if there's an error or who made it. The papers say one thing and that is the thing we follow. The law is more flexible than that. Yeah, sure. Tell that to the magistrate. She's definitely hiding something, but dare you risk to pry? Ooh. Now I would love to hear what you actually think, she tells you with a smile. No! Attempting to see things from her perspective only makes things muddier. You twist and turn on the situation and you just don't get it. Maybe she's really just that focused on justice. Maybe she's just stubborn. You okay, cleric? You will have to solve this problem by talking to the dwarves. No! I have no opinion. Don't be. You have no stake in this. I'll just sit here and be bored for a while longer. She too gives off a face of apolitical diplomacy. How deliciously rancid. I'd like to know more about you. Let alone me, I'm an open book. You're a strong and physically imposing woman. Attempt to flirt. She covers her mouth and tusks with a hand. Phylogenistic agenda edit. Okay. You got one shot. She's bedazzled by your confidence. Don't fuck this up. Tell her when business is settled you'd like to take her out to dinner. That should do it. When business is settled, I'd like to take you out to dinner. Really now? A night out with a government employee? How exotic. I'm not sure about my schedule at the moment after the election, though. Or you can find me next week and we'll set something up. But for now, anything else you wanted? Where are you from? She doesn't answer you at first. Instead, she looks away for a moment and smirks. You mean because I'm an orc, I can't be Novikian? She says, looking at you with a stern expression. You know what I mean. I do, she says, giving you a warm smile. I'm from Blood City Bay. I run with the ball bands when I was a girl. She could crush your skull with ease. And that's a bad thing. Took me all around the coast, she explains. Far from the cursed plains of Feltire. And Gorgorian is of course the Archdevil, come to conquer Jor. during the Gate era. In fact, his death at the hands of the Orcish Queen Mother demi-goddess marks the end of the Gate era itself. It is very, very text-heavy, yes. But you should already know this, of course. We were hired during the Third Revolutionary War and reads, when it was over, I stayed behind as she speaks. You see her eyes glimmer. It's also very confusing with all the body parts interjecting every time. Those were the days. What's it like being an orc in Norvik? My kind is quite rare, so she mumbles, her gaze trailing off towards the horizon. The occasional comment does sting a bit. I've gotten used to it. How nice of you to ask. I know what it's like being discriminated against. You do? I'll be damned. If you don't mind me asking how exactly. Humans are going extinct. We need to fight back. Members of the Holy River Order are a minority in the city. Technically true. That's kind of true. She laughs and sighs. Earthguard, you truly are an enigma. So you're working for the Free Striders? I don't work for the revolution. It's just a revolution. You fool. You knew that. Maybe? I work for the Ascani Reeds Trading Company. Ascani Reeds Trading Company, one of many branches of expansionist organizations along the coast. We promote those Free Strider ideals in Asken. Currently we focus on making sure the selection process goes smoothly, along with other economic concerns. I enjoy working for them very much, perhaps not so much on slow days like this, but alas. I don't... Do I kiss off to everybody that I meet? That's gonna bite me in the ass in the end. I know it. And I kind of forgot what pre-striderism stands for. It sounds more like... Sorry. Like the nomads in Cyberpunk. So they look out for their own people, but don't really care for the rest. Would be nice if I could just constantly look up these words. But I could go back up, I guess. I know. There's a limit. There's a limit. Okay. I guess thank you for bringing free striderism to Norvik. I don't really view it as an ism, but you're welcome. I'll be honest, this is one of the reasons I took this job, speaking with the individuals such as yourself, hearing what they have to say. So, thank you for that. I'm done asking questions about you. Oh, silly me. Talking about myself all the time. What about you? I'm your savior. Oh my, such a night. She gives off a short laugh. Anyway. Thought you had to leave. I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't really work well as a stream game, I feel like, because it's so much raiding. The characters seem interesting enough, but I feel like I need to really be concentrating on everything that is going on, and I'm not doing that right now. But I am willing to give it a bit more time to grow on me. Just not today, because I'm tired. And I spend way too much time reading. My voice is dying. Slowly but surely. How do I? There we go. Create a new save file. Huh. I don't know what to think about it, really. It feels a bit too convoluted at times, and then other times it's really, really nice. But yeah, as I said, I kind of, because they introduced so many new stuff, like the freestriderism, the don't even care. In terms of political parties, I understand why they did it, but yeah, it makes it a whole lot harder to really follow, since I always have a hard time connecting stuff from just reading it once. I need to hear it, I need to read it, I need to write it down to really... I need the trifecta of being to really remember something. Unless it's unimportant information, then it just goes into deeper memory points of my brain. I don't know. Anyway, yeah, I'll give it at least one more stream, maybe. Tomorrow we will reach a point where I'm like, yeah, really need this. Need to play this. So far, I'm rather cold about it. It's fine. I can play it. I also don't need to. Anyway. As always, thanks for sticking around. I hope you enjoyed it, and I see you next time. Take care. Bye bye.